This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday, December 1, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. Since we have so many new people coming and going, you find a place that you're not going to have any outside interruptions. Get in, as far as you're concerned, in a comfortable position. Be as still as a statue and relax into your body. That's really the only way the body relaxes, is for you to relax into your body. And then focus on your breath, rising and falling. Now, some people would think that, you're going through a challenge in life, and someone says to you, well, you have a choice, a decision that you can make, like on a turn of a dime, and you could decide that you're going to move into gratitude. In the middle of turmoil, in the middle of chaos, because it's one of the most powerful transformational energies on this planet. Now, you can do it superficially. People do it superficially, which means ego mind, and it has no teeth. But every time you are spontaneously grateful for how this universe has deeply and eternally loved you, you send out a high vibrational energy that starts magnetizing even more abundance into your life. Each time you bathe yourself in this energy of gratitude, you expand the knowingness inside you that you are truly an abundant being who lacks nothing at all. Now, when you hear that, and you say, you start to go, see, this is why, for so many lifetimes, the dark forces have done everything they can to make us believe that we have a lot of things lacking, right? Lacking of money, lacking of good health, lacking of this, there's always something that's lacking. Lack of oil, lack of water. And you put two and two together and you realize that this is a concerted effort to make us believe that we're in a life that is lacking. And it's interesting because this is all our choice. It's nobody else's. It's your choice. It's like gratitude is an incredible manifesting energy. And it allows us to tap into our own infinite creative energy where we cannot feel fear, scarcity, or doubt. And when we embrace gratitude as a way of being, we are living in this consciousness daily. We have surrendered to knowing that we are already deeply eternal loved with everything we need and are thankful for all that is. And from this place of being at one with all that is now, we become a massive magnet for attracting even more success, love, abundance, and divine beings into our lives. Take a moment right now to imagine what your life would look like if you were constantly living from a place of gratitude all day long. You always have the choice to be grateful for what is, or not to be grateful for what is. You have the power to choose what kinds of thoughts and feelings you focus on and eventually manifest into your life. You can choose to adopt an unending attitude of gratitude or remain strapped to the judgmental, fear-based merry-go-round of the mind. Now, choosing gratitude is choosing freedom and will make your life easier than you ever imagined. It will bring you such a vast experience of love that you will freely feel and experience your own soul. This is a lifelong, and you do get into a habit. You get acclimated to being in gratitude all the time. Embracing gratitude as a way of living your daily life is like opening the door to a brilliant new world where the sun is always shining its warmth inside your heart, wherever you go. And you naturally feel the divine love and abundance that is inside you and all around you. A heart that is brimming with gratitude does not allow the mind to be cluttered with ideas, opinions, and attachment to desires. It knows itself as the source of love itself. Now, even when you have trouble staying in touch with your heart's natural, grateful connection, you may have let your mind or an inner judge attempt to squash this flame of love. The fire is not dead by any means. It just needs a little stirring. The heart that is forever thankful always breaks free from the ego's contracted thought patterns. Its natural warmth is always able to receive and give love freely. Now, one might not think much about it, see, because we have all of these different directions from the material physical world. Now, most people still believe that they are the body. They still believe that. And this is the heart of where fear comes from, believing that you are the body. And we all know that couldn't be any further from the truth. Now, any of us can access gratitude as one of the most enlightening life experiences we can at any time. We always feel lighter and less burdened by the end of the day. Now, when you practice directing this appreciation towards yourself, others, and this world, there is a natural de-armoring process that happens. You start each day with shedding that protective armor around your heart and opening your heart to this divine feeling of appreciating everything. And any time that you are not feeling gratitude, simply refocus on what you like, love, or appreciate about a situation. It's that simple. Gratitude is always within our reach. It is just a question of your focus and reining in your mind. Now, some of us, well, we might feel that our shields are too thick. You become quiet enough inside yourself to get in touch with the core of your heart. Create some time to relax and be very, very, very still, like we are in these meditations. This will help you dig beneath the shields, resistance, and wounding from the past. Use the breath as a vehicle to take you deeper inside, so that you can go beneath this false protection. All armor is created for the ego by the ego and within the ego. It is all unnecessary weight, since the soul is like sunlight and does not need defending. Once this armor is released, you will naturally feel a lighter, warmer feeling inside, and a deep state of gratitude will surface and pour through you into this world. Taking off one's ego armor can be tricky. Any moment that your mind gets derailed, goes down the dark path of frustration, victim story, fear, or complaining, stop it immediately. Switch back to the gratitude track. It can be as easy as asking yourself, what's one thing that I am grateful for right now? That's how you do it. Good news is that there is always at least one thing that you can be grateful for, no matter what is happening in your life. Perhaps it's that you have the power to imagine a new you, your health, a good friend, or just that you are still breathing. Now, whenever you cannot see the silver lining around the dark clouds in your life, simply open your heart, breathe deeply, and then think about as many things as you can to be grateful for. In each moment, there are so many incredible things that you can be grateful for, large and small. Just open your heart, relax, look at the bigger picture. Soon, you will realize how truly, deeply, eternally loved you already are. Living in a state of constant gratitude doesn't take work. It simply takes more awareness. Gratitude is our most natural way of being. When we are present, when we connect with our natural essence and pure consciousness within, we can see and feel the divinity within everything. This is not something strange that needs to be learned like juggling cantaloupes. It's as easy as taking a fresh breath of air. So it's a choice to make it your number one priority. This week, to be aware of gratitude. Notice how much it is already a part of your life, and what it will feel like to bathe in it 24 hours a day. Now, obviously, everything is a choice. You're the only one to make that choice. Nobody else is going to make it. No one's going to force you to do it either. And the event that you are not motivated to make that choice, you still make the choice. I mean, we have amazing everything. It's like maybe people believe, right, that they don't create anything. They're not that powerful. Right? It's something other. Something other. Now, how did the rose ever open its heart and give to this world all of its beauty? It felt the encouragement of light against its being. Otherwise, we all remain too frightened. Question arises that says, how does one become loving awareness? if I change my identification from the ego to the soul, then as I look at people, they all appear like souls to me. I change from my head, the thought of who I am, to my spiritual heart, which is a different sort of awareness. Feeling directly, intuiting, loving awareness. It's changing from a worldly outer identification to a spiritual inner identification. Concentrate on your spiritual heart, right in the middle of your chest. Keep repeating the phrase, I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. The object of our love is love itself. It is the inner light in everyone and everything. Love is a state of being. You begin to love people because they just are. You are the mystery of the divine in form. When you live in love, you see love everywhere you look. You are literally in love with everyone you look at. When that starts to happen, as you fall in love with everyone you meet, you may think you want to collect them all. So you get one and you say, let's nest. And you get furniture and drapes and you make a nest. You go out to the supermarket to get tofu, beer, whatever. And you look into the eyes of the person at the checkout counter. The eyes, of course, are the windows to the soul. So you look. And there's your beloved too. Now what are you going to do? You've already got one at home. Do you say, have you considered a ménage de trois? You have to graduate. You choose to graduate from a deprivation to an abundance model. It's abundance because you are it. You are radiating love wherever you go. As you become love. When you walk down the street, everyone is the most beautiful person all over again. Or being. You look and appreciate. Now, you may meet another's eyes, and you both recognize the love, but you do not have to do anything about it. The art form of relationship is to realize that every relationship you are in, every relationship at every moment, in a vehicle, is a vehicle for awakening love, and it is up to you. The beloved is everywhere. I was doing a lecture years ago, and I was staying at a, for better choice of words, a crappy. It was a funky motel, and it was one of those really plastic places. So when I arrived, I went into my room and I sat down and I was starting to set up my little puja table on the plastic bureau. And I was moving the hotel menu and stuff and sitting there. And it was kind of depressing. I thought, well, a few more weeks and this tour will be over and I can go home. Then I saw the pain that thoughts were creating. So I got up and I walked out of the room. I closed the door and I walked down the hall, turned around, came back, unlocked the door, and yelled, "I'm home." Came in, sat down, and I looked and I thought to myself, you know, I wouldn't particularly have decorated this way, but what the hell? If I'm not at home anywhere in this universe, then I've got a problem. If I say I can only be home here, but not there, then what is home? Home, of course, is where the heart is. Home is the quality of presence. It's the quality of being. Home is always here. Because no matter where you're at, you're home. Quiet your mind. Let go of molds and models and thought forms. Open your heart. Let your thoughts and emotions get consumed by the moment until you become just pure presence. Now, you are living in the Tao, and it is with you wherever you go. What is the Tao? The Tao is the way. It's the moment to moment. It's the now. Who created the Tao? Who was it that formed it and put it together? Lao Tzu. Don't go outside your house to see flowers. My friend, don't bother with that excursion inside your body. There are flowers. One flower has 1,000 petals. That will do for a place to sit. Sitting there, you will hear a glimpse of beauty, and you will have a glimpse of beauty inside the body and out of it. Before gardens and after gardens. Kabir, a place to sit. When you and I rest together in loving awareness, we swim together in the ocean of love. And remember, it's always right here. Enter into the flow of love with a quiet mind. And see all things with love as part of yourself. Now, we have a lot of illusion. Well, we all know that. We have a lot of illusion in this life that we create. So a soul takes a human birth in order to have a series of experiences through which it will awaken out of its illusion of separateness. This physical experience of being incarnated is the curriculum, and the purpose of the course is to awaken us from the illusion that we are the incarnation. Spiritual practices are tools to help us accomplish these goals. Now, you start from innocence and you return to innocence. A sage was asked, "How long have we been on this journey?" He replied, "Imagine a mountain 3 miles wide, 3 miles high, and 3 miles long. Once every 100 years, a bird flies over the mountain, holding a silk scarf in its beak, which it brushes across the surface of the mountain. In the time it takes for the scarf to wear away the mountain, that's how long we've been doing this. We are on an inevitable course of awakening. When you comprehend that message deeply, it allows you to enter into your spiritual practices from a different perspective, one of patience and timelessness. You do your practices not out of a sense of duty or because you think you should, but because you know in your soul there really is nothing else you would rather do. This is a state of awareness with worldly desire, where only the desire for spiritual fulfillment is left. The spiritual pull and the last desire, one that really grabs you, but that dissolves on its own because you dissolve in the process. Now the Tao says, in the end, you will be like the valley, which is the favorite resort of the way. You become perceptive. You become soft, become open, become attuned, become quiet. You become the ocean of love. The soul is made of love and must ever strive to return to love. It can never find rest nor happiness in other things. It must lose itself in love. In the end, all our other desires merge in the immense longing to have no barriers between us and our real beloved. Who's your real beloved? It's the God that you are in that body. It's the pure consciousness. It's the spirit. It's the soul. It is the kingdom of God. It is the heaven. It is source creator. It is you. What we're doing is we're choosing to elevate ourselves out of the ego mind and with full awareness. Also with full awareness of what the ego mind is there for. And then we move up and out. Not irritated, frustrated, or anything. But in deep eternal love, we decide to be in love. Which is what, when it all boils down, that's what we are anyway. Pure love, light, energy. And this is what makes everything, everything, and nothing, nothing. And when I say we're all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, that pretty much covers it. That we are unending. And it really is very powerful for us to actually comprehend what we're doing. So we have all this stuff, right, that we create. We create whether knowingly or unknowingly. We manifest 24/7. And we're in these bodies living a material physical life with all these emotions. Because as we all know, these bodies are heavy-duty emotional containers. And we move sometimes very carefully, sometimes sporadically. And we really, most of us, really don't know where we're going. And do we need to know? Or is it that we just focus on the now? That's a choice that we make. Getting into the practice through meditation of being in the now, in the heart-mind, and then through the heart-mind mastering the ego-mind. Leaving the ego-mind alone as much as we can. How do you do that? Through meditation. We leave it alone. We step away from it. We're not in there, grabbing and pulling. We're outside of it. We're watching. We're spectators. We're observers. So we're just watching how the thing operates. It's very interesting. It's very intriguing on how this illusion of an ego mind actually operates. What's its purpose? What's it there for? Well, as we master the ego mind, we learn about what it is, what it does, what it's about, which is huge. And it all goes to you and how you want to be. That's what it boils down to across the board. How you want to be. Now that's got a huge amount of flexibility and limitless potential. I don't believe that any of us, really, would choose to be frightened or fearful, scared, worried, stressed, doubting ourselves, being insecure about ourselves, afraid of love, afraid of just about everything, but not believing that we are, which we all know is ego mind. And it teaches us that. See, it teaches us all of that. This is why some of us get so curious about it. It's like, it's not a negative, it's a good thing because it's there to teach us. It's there to teach us to master it through the heart-mind. It's there to teach us for us to be in the heart-mind. Gratitude, thankfulness, appreciation is a phenomenal energy. Why is it that so many don't practice it? Because of out there. Because of out there. Now, when you're interacting with somebody, and let's say you shake their hand and you go, I appreciate you. Now, that you don't know if they know what that means, but you know what it means. You shake their hand, you say, I appreciate you. Well, I am grateful for you. Now, most people wouldn't register right. What are they saying that for? Because you're in the presence of a God within that body, and they're in the presence of a God within your body. You're thankful, you're grateful, you're appreciative. Period. That's period. I mean, to turn the dial to you always believing that you are an omnipotently supreme, powerful, manifesting being that never dies that's in that body. That you are all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, because when you look around of what you have been involved with collectively, with the collective consciousness, the same energy that you are is the same energy that you look at. It's all, you're a part of it. There's no way to argue that. You're a part of everything, and everything is a part of you. You have 3 people here, 3 people here. They're all standing, right? Or they're standing on a beachfront. And it's getting twilight. The sun's starting to set, and it's absolutely the scenery, the scene, right? You have to have 3 people that say, and they say out loud, that is the God that I am. And then the other 3 people say, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that spectacular? Look at that. I got to get a picture of that. And the ones that say that it's beautiful, beautiful sunset, isn't it beautiful, gorgeous, got a picture of it, are missing the target. They're missing the true meaning. Big time. Those that recognize that that is the God that they are in sync, are aware, and comprehend that. So in the quiet time of this meditation, the mantra is, I am all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And I am in deep gratitude, appreciation, thankfulness, and bliss because of it. I'll join you in meditation. I'll return to close this out. Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into the body, focused on your breath rising and falling. Sometimes you stop listening to the music, and all you hear is this unsatisfactory noise of thoughts in your head. Do you see how your unhappiness is created by what you are listening to? Who's the one listening to your mind? When you say your name to yourself in your head, how do you hear it? You didn't use your ears. So what is it that heard your name? Start by paying closer attention to what this thing is that is listening, and be curious about it. Ask yourself deep questions like, what is the most enlightening message that life wants you to hear? What does it take to hear the highest angelic frequency coming from inside your heart? How can you listen even closer to the lightness? Become more receptive to the listener. Tune in to the highest truth that wants to pour through you. Whatever you believe is what's creating your reality. So, let's focus. What is listening to your thoughts right now? Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, the following morning. We will return here Monday, December 2, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, deepest, and purest of the purest, purest. Eternal gratitude at all times. No matter what's happening within you or outside of you. Open your heart. Allow the magic to flow in